Women of Reddit, what about men baffles you the most? How do you guys do that thing where you take off your shirt with one hand from like behind the neck? I'm serious. Other than that, I think I'm past the point of feeling baffled by anything you all do. Looser shirts. No boobs. Pretty much the same way we deal with other stuff. Brute force and ignoring the pain it might cause. A man's need to stand up and pee is awe-inspiring. I am an IQ nurse and have seen men try to rip out breathing tubes, IVs, pull themselves up when paralyzed, all in the name of standing up to pee. Sir, you have a catheter in means nothing to a man who feels the need to stand up and pee. Every time I hear the word catheter I scream a little inside. Please. I'd rather have my bladder rupture. That underwear flap. Do you actually use it? Or do you just pull your dick out of your underwear to pee? Cause it seems to be that I'd be fumbling to get my dick through the flap. Never do that while urinating. Sometimes when I'm laying down I'll pull my dick through it and let it hang out. I'm not sure why. How much some penises grow during erections, like holy shit, where did that come from? Where does it go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Are all guys like that? I've also only seen a flaccid penis once. I know showers supposedly exist but I have yet to encounter one. There's also like different levels of flaccid. And I'm not just talking cold water. Like I just had a semi but now it's gone versus I've been riding my bike for 3 hours are two vastly different beasts. The penis waxes and wanes like a cosmic meat tube in the sky in your pants. What they do with their penis when they sit down to poop. It goes into the bowl. You have to be careful not to let it touch anything in there though. I usually just sling it over my shoulder. How absolutely nonchalant dudes can be about medical issues. Oh. I have a serious cut on my arm. FCK it. Crazy glue band-aid. Edit. Guys, seriously. My husband is an EMT. I know the difference between a serious injury versus not. The etude is the baffling portion. Sheesh. Would panicking help in any way though? I feel a lot better reading this thread because it seems like most women are just completely in the dark. How do you go through life having people know every time you get super turned on? It'd be so exhausting having to talk myself out of being horny just so people don't see it. If you are a woman, trust me, you are not aware of even 25% of the time it is happening. The social stigma and threats of jail help. This is a really random question but one I have been asking myself for a while and I'm too ashamed to ask someone in person. When guys have to pee and poop, do you pee standing up and then sit down and poop, or do you just sit and pee and poop together? Edit. Thanks for the answers guys. Pooping is awesome for everyone. Another edit. Holy crap. Thanks for the gold. Kind stranger. 2 birds 1 stone. I think most guys only stand up to pee if that's the only thing they have to do. Otherwise they sit. Sometimes I sit anyway because it's nice to air out the thigh area and browse Reddit for a few minutes. Edit. Man, I did not expect to be reading so extensively about people's toilet habits today. Edit II. Back with a vengeance. Well, my top rated post of all time is about pissing and drying out my balls. Thanks Reddit. That your penis really does have a mind of its own. It's crazy how it just gets hard whenever it feels like it. The worst is when it goes flaccid during a certain sexual mood or experience. It's not your fault. Ladies. It has nothing to do with you. Literally. He's gone and said FCKU. I'm out to both of us. Our heads are swimming and ready to explode. And that bastard just packed his tea and bounced. I'm a dude. It is awful. Especially in the junior high school years. Literally nothing you can do to stop it just doing its own thing. The ability to wag one's penis. That's not pride. That's delight. It's just an enjoyable feeling. How little they cry. I've been married for almost 12 years and have seen my husband cry exactly 3 times. He's probably seen me cry at least once a month. I've only seen my dad cry once. It baffles me how wearing boxers don't make your pants look like they've just been stuffed with cloth. Which is essentially what is happening. It's pretty thin cloth. It certainly would if we wore women's jeans. But even our skinny jeans aren't as skin tight as typical women's jeans. Our jeans are also usually built more rugged with thicker denim which helps hide the boxers. BTW. If dudes aren't smoothing their boxers out before zipping their pants up, they're doing it wrong. How their balls manage to age quicker than they do. They've seen some shitty man. How you can be in the middle of a conversation 1 second and just zone out a second later. What? When I approach women with problems I'm having, big or small, they seem to commiserate, sympathize, empathize. When I approach men with the same problems, they try to take action to fix them. I genuinely wonder what the wiring difference is. Neither are bad responses. Just noticeably different. Why must you hump me when I'm bent over? Instinct. Baby. It baffles me that your ball sacks are always moving. I've seen one. Once. The skin is just moving all the time. WTF. Edit. I lied. I see sack on the daily. I mean the skin moving. I know, right? It's like staring at a lava lamp. Depending on temperature or humidity, they take many various forms. We are privileged to be able to observe this phenomenon and find it endlessly fascinating. As a guy reading this, why do men, or maybe just my son and his dad, flush the toilet before they're done peeing? I've never gotten a complete answer from them. It's like it's some secret guy code thing. Edit. Redundancy. For me it's a game of timing thing. Can I time my flush to go down perfectly with my pee ending? This thread has some of the best responses ever for a post without a serious tag. That sometimes during a conversation, you can really not hear the other person. I can't think and hear at the same time, dude. How men can get into a knockdown drag out fight and then be best friends moments after. How does this even work? How do men drop grudges after they drop their fists? It's how we keep from talking behind our backs for a year about that bitch Susie. What's the appeal of sucking on boobs? I mean it doesn't actually do anything for you. Right. I mean it feels awesome for us, but what's the appeal? Men like boobs. Anything that involves us interacting with them is a plus. I just read this topic to my girlfriend. She responds. The fact that I can say boob and you will get a boner. Boob. How much their minds wander. Today at lunch 2 of my friends had an argument about male cows and bulls. I think one of your friends might just be dumb. Do men just like crush their balls when riding a bike or etc? They're not as low as you think. More to the front. Women wonder about balls a lot. My girlfriend asked me once, when a guy has to pee, does it feel the same as when a girl has to pee? How are we meant to answer this? So much gold here you'd think that Discovery Channel would start to show. Why do guys not care if they have holes in their socks and underwear? Doesn't that bother the crap out of you? Holes in socks would bother me. But underwear is fine as long as my bollocks aren't falling out or anything. Holes in socks only bother me if they are at the toes. Why would it matter if there was a hole in my underwear? It isn't skin tight. Why when you take a dick picture must you squeeze the shaft? What did it do to you? Does it owe you money? Did it kill your dad? It embarrassed us through puberty when it liked to get hard at the worst possible times. We are merely seeking revenge. They can turn anything into a result innuendo. Well, at least my so can. Edit. Hey Redditors. If you feel the need to reply with innuendo or its variants, like 45 people have already beat you to it. I was asked by a Frenchman to explain the concept of a pun. He was not familiar with the word. After some thought, I said, a pun is like a double entendre. Without the innuendo. Full stop. He gave that some thought. His response was priceless. With a very French shrug he said, "Why bother? Full stop. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Edit. Multiple people have commented that double entendre and innuendo need not have risque registered sign overtones. I agree, but still believe that I use the words correctly. I am posting definitions from the Oxford American Dictionary, with added emphasis on the relevant passages. Full stop. Double entendre do oblinitendro. Noun. PL. Double entendres pronoun. Same. A word or phrase open to two interpretations, one of which is usually risque registered sign or indecent. Full stop. Innuendo or noun. PL. Innuendos or innuendos. An allusive or oblique remark or hint. Typically a suggestive or disparaging one. Obligatory. I'm a guy and something about me confuses myself. Why do my balls have a better tan than my body when they never get any sun? This thread is incredible. The ones that assume they need to have money to impress me. Back when I was dating, I occasionally had guys tell me that they wanted to spend time with me, but couldn't afford to take me someplace nice. It seemed to weird some of them out, or at least confuse them, when I told them that if they wanted to spend time with me, we could go someplace cheap. B, we could go someplace free. C, we could go someplace reasonable and each pay for our own. Or hey, novel concept D, I just got paid and can take you out. Most of them took it like an insult. In the meantime, I'm over here like if I'm impressed or not has literally nothing to do with the contents of your wallet. WTF. Many men judge their self-worth on their work. Since money comes from work and work equals worth, no money equals no self-worth. It's a self-esteem thing. Also, online dating statistics indicate that the two most important factors for most women are how hot the guy is and how much money he has. Why is always men who have to punk their kids? Mums are hardly ever the one telling their kids that the world used to be in black and white, to pick a Calvin and Hobbes example, or f-king with their daughter's boyfriends just to see how they'll react, or I can't even think of all the things. But practical jokes and f-king with your kid seems like far more of a dad thing than a mom thing. It's funny. Dad jokes is a lot of men's prime motivation to have children. When I have kids, I'm going to teach them that a spoon is called a fork and a fork is called a spoon. They will eventually learn the real names, but for the rest of their life they will always have a slight hesitation when someone asks them to hand them a fork. Long after I'm dead they will be thinking FCKU dad. How do they ride bikes with balls? Very uncomfortably. In fact, if you wanna be a top tier competitor you gotta have at least one removed. If you told me I wasn't allowed to wear pants I'd be pissed. Why don't guys get mad they can't wear skirts and dresses and makeup? That's the social trend. Anything that's men only, women demand in. Anything that's women only, men ignore because it's women only. Aight. People confusing personality traits with gender characteristics. Where does the urge to draw penises on everything come from? Considering cavemen and the ancient Greeks did it too, it's probably our DNA. Dicks are funny. They look kinda funny. And they're penises. We can draw penises. That's the entire thought process. Lol, you said penises. I hate these threads. Why does it have to be us versus them? Thinking about nothing, aka stupid things that don't need to be vocalized, is not purely a male thing, and wanting to vent about feelings is not purely a female thing. As much as everyone likes to believe men and women are so different from each other, it's not true. People are different from each other. Almost every one of these comments I can say I know someone of the opposite sex who does what the comment describes. Edit. I understand there are small differences, but those are not the ones being discussed in this thread. As for generalizations, never been a fan. I prefer to judge each person individually rather than judge the group they may belong to. When they think they'll be less of a man if they talk about problems, things that bother them. Personally for me, I don't talk about my problems things unless I see there could be a possible solution. If I can't even fathom a solution, I don't see a point in talking about it or even complaining about it. It's only because they get treated like less of a man when they talk about problems things that bother them. Speaking from experience. Asterisk. There is a reason why men do this. That you really can be sitting there thinking about nothing. I like to be super honest whenever my so asks me what I'm thinking about. What's on your mind? If I was a dog tied to a stick and I had to poop, would I poop next to the stick or really far away from the stick? I asked my so what he was thinking about once. And only once. Because he will never top the answer he gave me. Babe, what are you thinking about? Him. How to hog tie a panther. Eater. Gold. For me? Oh. You. I'll be sure to tell my so how much you all appreciate him for his ability to prioritize. How come little boys' way of playing with something is to try to break it? To find out how it works. I don't get why men and boys seem to be so fascinated with farting, butts, and poop. Why? Because the man with the biggest TS is made chief alpha of the tribe. Flatulence is the international language. Speak it through your anus. Hear it through your ears. Listen through your nose. I think that's how men view it. I will never understand why women fail to recognize that poop is the absolute funniest thing in the world. How negligent you all are about washing your hands. Like, what is a worthy cause for washing your hands? Smearing shitty all over them? Because I swear you guys only reserve hand washing for very special occasions. In public. Number 1 or number 2, I'll wash my hands in private. I wash my hands when they are visibly dirty. After I use the facilities. 1 and 2. Before after I handle children under 2. When covered in something sticky. When covered in something I know will become sticky in a few minutes. When I smell something strange and don't know where it's coming from. Hospitals. During. After. Before. Before I consume any kind of food that didn't come with a wrapper. If you are a man and not washing your hands in the above situations, you're gross. Edit. I'm seriously surprised by some of these responses. I had no idea that I was the odd one. Then again, it would explain why I haven't had a cold in over 3 years. What happens if you are peeing and then all of a sudden you have to poop? You finish your pee. Then you poop. Why are men so grossed out by periods? It's a natural thing. And you guys love poop and other gross stuff. Plus you like blood and gore. So why do men cover their ears and run as soon as menstruation is mentioned? Disclaimer. I'm not one of those girls who talks about their period. Ever. Because society tells me it's wrong. And I don't know why. Not sure if I'd say I love poop. Sorry, Wendy. How guys can't take a shitty for like 20 minutes. They literally bring like a book and a phone and make a day of it. For girls, shitting taking longer than 15 seconds means there's a problem. It's our little cave of solitude. As a husband and father, the shitter is my only break from the chaos. I'd stay in there forever if I could on some days. You shitty in 15 seconds? You just pop out a single turd and you're done with it? That's no fun. Live a little. Interesting. Till the most confusing part of a man for women is the balls. How is it you can remember scores from football games from 5 years ago? The make and model of every car ever made. But can't remember that Thursday is trash day? It's been trash day for 15 years. Please tell me. Priorities. Why fill up your head with useless trash like which day is trash day? And you could remember the shape of the flip-up headlight of the old BMW M1. Do you have some kind of listening off switch? Guys will literally ask you a question and then not listen to a word of your answer. Question. What would you like for lunch? Answer. Words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a pizza words a tree house is stupid words tree Becky basic bitch words my mother words a tree house is stupid words. The answer isn't there. But we don't care anymore. How men can literally tune out completely and not think at all. It's the one quality I really wish I had as a woman. The ability to literally park one's mind in neutral and zone out comfortably. Like he can be at a supermarket with me pushing a trolley just staring into space and you ask what are you thinking? And he'll say nothing and that's exactly it. He might have had a half-baked thought about yoga pants or Call of Duty or how hungry he might have been 10 minutes ago, but that neutral pause button of not thinking about anything. If there was anything to envy men about, it's the ability to relax and think about nothing. That some of them think they know how a woman's body works more than she does. Okay. Since I've been getting so many responses, I'll clarify what I mean. Sorry that I was vague. What I mean is when I'm having sex with a guy and I'm continuing to tell him that what he's doing is hurting or uncomfortable. He tells me, oh, you'll get used to it, because gives some vague reason that makes him sound like he knows more about my body than me, except I'm literally sitting here telling them that it freaking hurts and it actually doesn't get better. I've had this happen to me on multiple occasions. And I've also had friends tell me of similar experiences with their boyfriends or guys that they're talking to. I know that all guys aren't like that. It's just something I've seen a lot in my own experience and I thought I'd share. Personally, I'm glad all of you know enough about vaginas. My fellow ladies out there appreciate, I'm sure. And no shtier doctor's going to know more about my body than I do.